We leave the Isle of Mull and take the short ferry crossing to the Ardnamurchan Peninsula. The area is named after either the point of the Great Seas or the height of the Great Headland, perhaps both. The ferry arrives at Kilcoen, and here you will find the ferry stores, offering just about everything from general provisions to maps and guidebooks, outdoor equipment, clothing and accessories. This is the most westerly shop on the UK mainland, and the most westerly point is marked by the Ardnamurchan Lighthouse, built in 1849 by the Stevenson family, and the only one in the world designed in an Egyptian style. The sea lanes were the motorways of the period, and the Lords of the Isles kept a castle here at Mingarry. Indeed, it was here that the last Lord of the Isles, John of Islay, knelt before James IV, who wore a coat of armour below his scarlet cloak. Stripped of his titles, John was to die in poverty in a Dundee lodging house, too poor to pay his last night's board and keep. His title remains with the British royal family to this day, and is yet another held by Prince Charles, the heir to the throne. Today, Mingarry is a ruin within the bounds of Ardnamurchan Estate. This vast estate was once owned by Lord Trent of Boots the Chemist. Nadura, formerly the Ardnamurchan Natural History Centre, was first built in 1989 as an exhibition by general accident for the Glasgow Garden Festival, after which it was erected here as an award-winning visitor centre. Built from local Douglas fir, it was extended when the living building was added in the mid-1990s, itself built from local Sitka spruce and larch, with turf on the roof and bark on the floor. It features a wildcat den for the children. The Scottish wildcat is now endangered with an estimated population in the country of less than 500. They are twice the size of a domestic cat and have roamed the Highlands for 2 million years, and are now our rarest mammal, once worshipped by the ancient Picts. Another rare mammal, the elusive pine marten, can however be frequently seen around the centre in the summer evenings. A remote camera gives a live link to a nearby heronry. Amazingly, the record eagle count here is 6, 2 white-tailed eagles and 4 golden, all seen soaring above the centre at the same time. Nadura also features the nightwood, in which the sounds of the animals of the forest can be heard, as well as regular screenings of the award-winning audiovisual show Ardnamurchan, Almost an Island. A tasteful shop is full of interesting gifts, books and quality outdoor wear, whilst the Antler Tea Room offers relaxing coffee, light lunches and home baking. Nearby, Glen Borrowdale is dominated by a red sandstone Victorian Gothic castle, built in 1897 by Charles Rudd, a wealthy diamond magnate who helped create Rhodesia. The road then skirts along the loch to the village of Salem, passing through an ancient forest above the rocky shore. Here, the introduced non-native trees are being cleared to allow regeneration of this ancient oak woodland. Located on the banks of Loch Soonart between Salem and Strontian, set a little off the road in a converted farmsteading, is the studio at Resipole. It was established and run by Andrew Sinclair, whose work is on display and who can often be found working in his own studio above the gallery. Resipole Studio shows many original works of art, including figurative and landscape, still life and sculptures from established artists, recent graduates and local artists, such as the outstanding wildlife artist Alan Heyman, who has recently relocated nearby and whose work is featured at another gallery sponsor in Glenlyon, Perthshire. The Ariundel Centre is situated a little after the village of Strontian. It offers a tea room featuring home baking, light snacks and seasonal evening meals. There is also a well-stocked gift shop with knitwear, local crafts, books and guides. An exhibition of the natural history of the area is on site, and it tells the fascinating story of an unknown mineral found here in 1793 by Professor Charles Hope. Some 15 years later, Sir Humphrey Davy, of the Davy lamp fame, isolated the element and named it strontium, and today it is used to create the brilliant crimson colour we all enjoy in fireworks, among many other industrial functions. A new bunkhouse has recently been opened on site and offers excellent low-cost accommodation for walkers, backpackers, cyclists and tourists. Standing quite alone near the headland lie the ruins of old Ardtornish Castle. The last MacDonald, Lord of the Isles, sent envoys from Ardtornish Castle to Westminster in February 1462. An agreement was reached to share the lands north of the Forth with Edward IV, and the resulting Treaty of Ardtornish and Westminster was the MacDonalds' greatest challenge to the Crown of Scotland, and their greatest mistake, for as a result they lost all lands and titles some 30 years later. These days, Ardtornish is a thriving 35,000-acre family-owned estate. The 25-acre gardens are open to the public and self-catering accommodation is offered in a number of cottages as well as apartments in the castle. Uniquely, Ardtornish also has its own information centre in the estate square, with a small shop. This first-class, all-round traditional Scottish sporting estate also offers stocking, woodcock shooting, as well as salmon and trout fishing. At Lochalan is the award-winning White House restaurant, offering delicious local food, freshly cooked to order. Featured in the Michelin Guide, BBC Food Programme, Scotland the Best, and rated recently by a leading food critic as one of the best 5 restaurants in the world. Open for lunch and dinner, and all day for teas, coffees and cakes. Hampers and prepared frozen meals can be supplied to those self-catering at Ardtornish or elsewhere. The ferry returns to Mull from here, or as an alternative you can head inland and catch another ferry at Corran and head south to Ballachulish.